Hey everyone, before this video starts, I'd like to give a special thank you to all my Patreon and Twitch subscribers. If you'd like to learn how to support this channel, possibly for free, just hang out till the end of the video. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Let's go. Let's see. He was grooming me into showing him my undereating body. That sounds about right. Where's the story time? Where's the tea, sister? Where is the tea, sister?
It is time for the long-awaited story time. We're gonna get this over and done with in one video. No rambling, no,
Whoa.
Oh my god, I didn't expect this to blow up.
Alright, you're already rambling as it is, but okay.
We're gonna get to the point. So the YouTuber that I had the very tragic experience with is Destery Smith. Destiny.
Who?
Captain Des, whatever you know him by.
Who is that? Destery Smith? How do you spell that? Destery Smith? Is that who it is? Let's see. Well, I mean, he does fit the he does fit the MO for groomer. I mean, listen, we never know everybody in this emo. These guys are all, bro, if you look like that, that's a red flag. Okay? All I'm going to say is this is just as much of a red flag as if you walk around with a Confederate flag, like, patch on your body or something, okay? I'm just saying. That being said, obviously, you know, we can't just judge on the looks. Gotta go into it. He's 31 years old, okay? This person is infinitely ageless. I don't know. Okay. We'll find out as we move on.
It was him. Now please keep in mind this did happen to me about 10 years ago.
So he would have been 21.
When I was 15.
Okay, yeah. That's not very good. That's not good at all.
I'm 25 now, just by how I look. The main things that I can remember was when I was around 13, 14, I was really getting into watching YouTubers and loving YouTubers and just kind of being obsessed with them, as you do when you're a young teenager. So that's how I found Destery, and I would watch all of his YouTube videos, interact with all of his tweets, whatever on social media, and he even inspired me to start making YouTube videos myself. So that was a thing.
That's the worst thing he ever did to you, girl. I'm just kidding. That's terrible. Okay.
After a little while, I started getting noticed by him, so he would like my tweets or respond to them, and I don't know what happened, but somehow I ended up getting his Skype, and we would start messaging each other on there.
What is it up with Skype? People always call out Discord for being a fucking pedophile breeding ground or whatever. But, I mean, Skype. Oh my god.
At first, there were no red flags. It was kind of fine.
Well, no, so I understand what she said. This is actually a very interesting thing. I'm going to bring up in a second. But that is a huge red flag that he would even become a friend with you in any capacity. The reason I say like the interesting part of it is that she's saying it's not a red flag, and I know this is going to be bizarre, but she's saying it's not a red flag because that's how she felt when she was a child. And it's one of those very interesting things is that a lot of time when we recall memories, we recall the memories and the feelings associated with those memories based on the moment that we were in when that particular thing happened. And it's very interesting. It's like, you know, I remember having a fight with like a really good friend of mine when I was really young. Like, we were in like our teens or something. It was stupid. And we had a fight because we were hanging out too much. And like I went to my PlayStation or something and he didn't give it back for a while. And I remember feeling like, oh my God, this is such a big deal. Even when as I got older. But then you have to think like, wait, that was fucking stupid. You know? Like, it's one of those things. So that is a red flag instantaneously. Any older person, like, reaching out to a younger person like that is a red flag. So
I felt like I was becoming friends with this YouTuber that I looked up to and loved, and everything was fine. After a while, he started getting a little bit flirty with me in his messages, saying things like, I really want to hug you, I would kiss you, you know, if I met you in the air.
Oh my God, you look like you give the best hugs. That kind of thing. That sounds about right.
I would kiss you right away, like things like that. And as a young, impressionable teen, you don't think much of it. But when you are his age...
You know, it's interesting because what did she say? She was 15 at the time and he was 21. It's very interesting. It's that this is something that I think that we do need to talk about. It's not even that it is or isn't a red flag. I'm not going to say that this absolutely happened with her, but a lot of younger girls like older guys. They think that it's cool. When the older guy gives them attention, it's like, oh my God, I must be special. But they're young and don't understand how susceptible they are to being manipulated by older men. And it's a part of the thing that we don't talk about, where a lot of times, like, younger girls they might seek out a relationship in some capacity. I'm not saying that like any heavy thing, but then those guys, it maybe just be a friendship. It might be like, oh, I want this person to like me, and maybe I would like it if they were my boyfriend, like cuddle XR roar. But then you have an older man who knows better, who knows that this is a young person who has a very, I guess you'd say, like a malleable mind, a mind that's easily manipulated, that takes advantage of them and their kindness and like their innocence as a child. And this is one of the big problems, because disgusting men, like this, you know, like this fucking reject over here, this MCR reject, they're going to take advantage of young girls regardless. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where we have to educate, obviously, older men to not do this. But, you know, the best you can really do is try to educate younger girls like, hey, try not to look at older popular guys as like better. You know, they're not telling you that they're not into you because, you know, you're so mature for your age. It's because they know that they can manipulate the shit out of you, and you're going to regret it when you get older. But it's going to take years for them to like regret and really come to terms with the feelings that are going on. And so that's one of those things. It's unfortunate because obviously we shouldn't have to teach people to be safe, but that's what we have to do. It's the same reason why you say, hey, don't look both ways before you cross the street. Same reason why you're like, hey, you know, stay away from older men. I feel like as a society, I guess we have a difficulty expressing why you should stay away from older men. It's like, oh, I'm 15, he's 21. It's not that bad. It's like, yeah, but it's hard to express like what it is. Like, they don't like you. They just like that you're easily manipulated, and they know that you're not going to go to your fucking parents. You know, that's pretty much all it is. It's just a fucking manipulative thing.
At the time, which would have been in his 20s, talking to somebody who is 13, 14 years old, saying these kinds of things. That is so fucking wrong. So things kind of kept going like that for a while. Nothing.
I just want to establish, just for context.
I really want to hug you. I would kiss you. You know, if I met you in the airport, I would kiss you right away, like things like that. And as a young, impressionable teen, you don't think much of it. But when you are his age at the time, which would have been in his 20s, talking to somebody who is 13, 14 years old.
So I just want to say, like, I'm just for context, like, he was 21 and she was 15, like she said before. Only because, like, in your 20s and 13, there is a difference between like a 13-year-old talking to it, or a 25-year-old talking to like a 13-year-old versus a 21 and 15. It's still incredibly inappropriate and gross, but, you know, obviously you'd make the assertion that like a 30-year-old guy dating a 13-year-old, or dating, the manipulating, is much worse. Just the age, I think, is important to establish, because, you know, I'm just saying, I don't think that like, oh, 13, 14, he was in his 20s. You know, if she was 13 or 14, he would be like 19, 20, you know? It's still wrong and disgusting, but the ages are important, I think.
Saying these kinds of things. That is so fucking wrong. So things kind of kept going like that for a while. Nothing really escalated or anything like that until my 15th birthday. Being my birthday and all.
Okay, so then it was before. So he was probably 20 and she was 14 when they first started talking? That's gross. Okay.
Well, I was really hoping that I would be able to video call him, since we never did that before, and that is obviously a thing that you can do on Skype. So
there's a red flag. Okay. So he waited for her to turn 15 to video call her? Is that his age of consent in his head? It's like, she's 15. She's old enough now. What the fuck? I
remember messaging him saying, hi, it's my 15th birthday. I would really like to video call you. Like, what do you think about that? And all
he shouldn't have even had you on Skype. That's the whole problem.
All I remember is him saying, yeah, sure, we can, but only if you do it topless, because I would like to see you topless.
I wish we could see that, the messages that she had sent back and forth with him, only because we have to keep in mind, like, it's an allegation, and if it can't be like, I don't think that this girl's going around looking to lie about shit. However, you know, the whole innocent until proven guilty, it's something to keep in mind for context. Like, if he did do this, it's disgusting, but
after that, my red flags were going off. I was so uncomfortable. I knew that there was something wrong about this deep down. I didn't quite understand the severity of it until I was older.
Yeah,
after that, he pretty much ghosted me and never spoke to me again. So that's my story time. Hope you enjoyed it. Side note, I was also messaging Nathan from Destery on...
So did she do... I guess she did do it. I guess she did the topless thing.
Skype throughout all this happening as well, but he never showed predatory behavior. So this entire story time...
Wait, hold on a second.
I knew that there was something wrong about this deep down. I didn't quite understand the severity of it until I was older. After that, he pretty much ghosted me and never spoke to me again. So that's my story time. Hope you enjoyed it. Side note, I was also messaging Nathan from Destery.
Nathan? I just need to figure out who this person is. Okay, so this person here, another walking, you know, walking red flag aesthetic. Is the person 31 also? The thing is it's still a red flag. I mean, there's such a small argument to be made that's like, oh, they were just trying to be nice to their fans. Maybe. Still a red flag, dude. It's still weird that he would be like, yeah, let me just respond. I'm 20. Let me respond to this 14-year-old. No problem. I mean, maybe, maybe, you know, there's an argument to be made that that was inappropriate regardless. But he didn't realize how inappropriate it was just to have some kind of like a friendship with a younger fan, or a fan in general, I think is generally kind of inappropriate. But that's a whole parasocial conversation. So the fact that he didn't do anything, I mean, that's good for him. I'd still say that at the very least, we should understand that it's inappropriate to be like friends with younger fans. Like this, not that we should have to. I mean, hey guys, you shouldn't be friends with children unless you're a kindergarten teacher. That's okay then. But you just usually shouldn't be friends with children. Hey, oh, you're 20 years old? You don't have anything in common with a 14-year-old. Just so you know, okay?
On Skype throughout all this happening as well, but he never showed predatory behavior, so this entire story time is just about Destery. If you have also been a victim to Destery or any other YouTubers' predatory behavior, I'm so sorry. I hope you have healed from that trauma. And people like this do not deserve to have a platform.
It's true. It's true. Okay. That seemed pretty concise. Not a whole lot going on here. I was just looking to see if there was like a YouTube or something. Schedule content. I don't see anything. Okay. It's an Instagram and a Discord. A Discord? You can't do that. It's inappropriate. All right. Interesting stuff. Hey, we learned about another emo person that is attracted to young girls. Who's shocked? Not me. He got canceled last year. Response to allegation, grooming and pedophilia. Is this this is new. No, this is from last year. But there's more stuff from last year. YouTubers have finally addressed the accusation floating around with a 30-year-old YouTuber had to come under fire reportedly exposing himself to female fans without their consent and spending them exclusive photographs. Okay. So victims have even alleged that they were subjected to sexual advances from Destiny when they're 12 years old after months of going private on Twitter and reporting the statement about the accusation. Okay, well, the statement is unavailable. Yes.
So I took some time.
So this is from last year's allegations, and then there's also a gay test here. So fantastic.
Time away from the internet to try to assess how to handle everything going on right now.
Yeah.
In the hopes that
I would have just changed your whole decor because you look fucking ridiculous. You're 30 years old.
What I say will reach an actual audience and not just people that want to see me fall. So first off, I just want to say,
gotta love it. Gotta love the right off the bat with the victim shit. Okay.
I am aware of accusations being made against me. And what I can say is, while I can't agree with some of the things being said about me, I'm also not completely innocent in everything. I will
Oh, fantastic. All right.
I'll say that nothing is completely black and white. There are obviously two sides to every story.
All right, give us your side.
And especially the ones that I can personally take accountability for. So what I can and will admit to is that I used to be just a terrible person. I was a big piece of shit. I have been very vocal about the fact that I was a big piece of shit. It has never been something that I've ever tried to hide. In fact, my mom will be the first person to tell you that I was a terrible person.
Why would your mom say that? I mean, like, listen, when I was young, I wasn't perfect, but my mom would never go, wow, what a terrible asshole. What the fuck? Are you a psychopath? What the fuck?
Was a liar, a cheater. I was a giant man whore in my past. I tried to see multiple women at the same time. A terrible friend? Absolutely. But do I think I'm any of those things anymore? No, I really don't.
What does this have to do with anything? We're talking about fucking showing your dick to kids and shit. The fuck is this?
By any of the other things that people are saying about me? Absolutely not. However, am I any of the other things that people are saying about me? Absolutely not. However, I am constantly sorry about the person that I was, and I'm constantly saying sorry for the person that I was, constantly trying to distance myself from the person that I used to be even 5 years ago. And truthfully, I think I've come a long way. I mean, depending
I think I've come to 14-year-old girls. Is that what he wanted to say?
on how long you've watched me on this channel, I'm sure you can see the same thing about me and my content. I am not the same person I was 12 years ago when I started my first channel. And I'm grateful for that fact. I've made friends, I've lost friends, I've made lovers, I've lost those lovers. I've made constant mistakes, I've failed dozens of times. But each one of those things was a lesson that made me who I am today, and less of the person that I used to be and the qualities that I hated about myself. Whatever I was, I'm not that person anymore. That said,
I mean,
Today's topic.
I am still human.
there seems to be quite a few allegations that like when like these kids were like 13, 14 years old, were like talking to this guy and he was sending them inappropriate shit. Was he going to address that?
Those aren't the last mistakes I'll ever make. And if there's anything I ever do that's shitty,
What are
that
you saying? You're going to accidentally talk to the kids again?
irks you, or I make you uncomfortable, or you think that I step over the line, communicate that with me. Let me know these things. Because another thing to note is that my brand is sexual jokes. My brand is weird, creepy humor. It's always
Oh, stop. What is this? The Shane Dawson defense? Listen, I make a ton of sexual jokes all the time. I make inappropriate jokes. I make a lot of crazy fucking jokes. And you want to know what's interesting? Everybody knows that they're jokes. What he's trying to say is, hey guys, I DM young girls, hey, can I see your tits? LOL JK. Or JK LOL. Just kidding. Like, okay, yeah. What? Come on, bro. Stop. Just stop. Even then, why are you making jokes with 13-year-old girls? Hey, let me see your like, why would you make a sexual joke to a child? Like, it doesn't even make sense.
been that way, and it will probably always be that way. It's just who I am, and that's presumably why you started watching me in the first place. But I would still like to be told when something I do crosses a boundary, whether that
When you talk to kids,
be
it's like,
something I
what's the
say in a
future?
video or something that is proven to be true about me as a person. And with any accusation, normally in an ideal world, you are innocent until proven guilty, but I have only ever seen it to be the opposite. Anyone online is always guilty until proven innocent, and I can't support that idea. And as such, I know that a ton of people have already made up their minds about this situation, and even if I was to explain context of some of the things being said about me, not only
You should explain it.
would it not help people's image of me, but
If it's not going to help, then I don't think that it's good. If you're telling me that, like, hey, for some of these stories, even if I explain the context of it, I still look bad, that means that you're probably wrong.
it would also be dragging someone else's name through the mud. And that is just something I can't do. Even if it exonerates me and everything is great, but it was at the expense of someone else being thrown under the bus, I just won't do it.
What does that mean? How does he's trying to promote this idea that he's very virtuous in his non-explanation of why he was allegedly talking to children. He's like, wow, what's the scenario where someone else would get thrown under the bus to make you innocent? Like, let's say he was friends with Joseph. I don't know. And what were they together talking to young girls, but Joseph took his dick out? Like, what is the explanation? I don't understand. What does this mean?
So I understand that some of you won't accept that answer, and if this is where we say goodbye, I
Because it's a dumb answer. It's a dumb thing to say.
understand. Just know that I feel blessed to have been in your life at all. But to those who choose to continue to grow with me, just know that I will continue to distance myself from the piece of shit that I used to be. I have been, and I will continue to strive every day to be the best version of myself. And as I said, if I ever slip up or you feel like I fail, communicate that with me. Also, really quick, I do want to say I disabled comments on this video simply to prevent people from fighting in the comments. The last thing
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
thing I want to do is to spread any more negativity than has already been spread, so please understand the purpose in that decision. That said, feel free to reach out to me. If you do choose to reach out to me, please make sure it is one of the links in the description down below of this video. My previous 2 Snapchats were hacked, and on both occasions I reached out to Snapchat to see what could be done, and apparently nothing could be done about it. So for safety reasons, yes, please don't contact anyone saying that they're me.
Wait, what?
Snapchats were hacked. Make sure it is said, feel free to reach out to me and spread. So please understand the purpose in that decision. That said, feel free to reach out to me.
Well, that's the red flag, though, isn't it? Because the whole issue is that people were reaching out to you, and then you were talking inappropriately to people. Why would you? That's the literal only. That's the behavior that needs to not happen anymore. Hey, reach out to me. Like, no, delete your Snapchat. I'm looking at this guy's social media. Holy fuck. Okay, so this guy has a Patreon and an OnlyFans, okay? Which means that he's showing his oh, it's a free OnlyFans. Okay, dude, this is a massive red flag to me. He has a free OnlyFans that he logged into. It's his last seen yesterday. Because, like, if his whole problem was that he was talking to people through social media to try to, like, sext with them in some capacity, him having an OnlyFans lends into that. And this Patreon is probably just, like, another OnlyFans part 2 in some capacity. Yeah, man, like, what the fuck? But the Snapchat, I think, is the biggest red flag to me. The Snapchat's the biggest one. That's the biggest issue to me. Because Snapchat is such a personal platform where you can delete things that you send to people, and I know that it's changed a bit, but it still is like the predator. It's the go-to for predators is fucking Snapchat. So okay, I mean, great. Does he still have it up? Oh yeah, he does. Okay, and he has a new song. Wow, don't care about that. Okay.
If you do choose to reach out to me, please make sure it is one of the links in the description down below of this video. My previous 2 Snapchats were hacked, and on both occasions I reached out to Snapchat to see what could be done, and apparently nothing could be done about it. So for safety reasons, yes, please don't contact anyone saying
for safety reasons, don't contact him.
That they're me. That isn't one of the links in the description down below. I don't have a Kick. I don't have a
Oh my god, the fact that he brought up Kick, because Kick was what people used to use to be inappropriate before Snapchat was invented. So
a public phone number. I've posted tweets and Instagram stories at least twice a year for the last several years that this has been going on, mainly for everyone's safety, but also because I've seen some terrible shit come of that. So that being said, thank you for listening and for giving me a chance to be heard.
incredible. Okay. I mean, again, they're just allegations, but there seems to be quite a few against him, and he had a horrible.
And I'm great.
He had a horrible dog shit apology. So fantastic, dude. Thank you so much for that fucking vomit. Thank you so much for watching, guys. And another special shout out to all my Patreon and Twitch subs. If you'd like to support this channel further than you already have by just watching the video alone, go down to the links below where you can sub on my Patreon, which will allow you to get your name on this beautiful black wall. Or you can go to the Twitch page and you can actually use a free Amazon Prime sub, if you have Amazon Prime, to subscribe. Thank you very much, guys. Take care.